We are back with another YouTube video. All right, and today we are just getting back from work. Another day to just get back and get it done. So we're about 20 minutes away. Just left the area. They really did a lot of recreation in terms of building in the area, as you see here. Nonetheless, a lot of changes, a whole lot of changes. Not gonna lie. This place definitely seems extremely different. That much I can say. Nonetheless, we are on our way to the crib, man. Gonna get a little bit of prep in, gonna make some breakfast and get the day started. So, got lots going on today. Content too. I think more of my awareness today is really focused on getting the content out. And it's one of those things that's just like really difficult to occur. And when it gets down to it, man, like it really is all about just showing up in the most simplistic way that I can. And as easy as that sounds, or as how simple as it sounds, it really is how a lot of people will be on their weight loss journey, whether it's confusion, whether it's not knowing what to really focus on. Everything that I look at altogether is really just made to be done, made to be focused in a way where it's easy to digest, easy to follow, to get the thing done. If there's one thing I'm focused on, bro, it's how can I make everything I do so simple to follow, so the process becomes fluid, the process becomes easier to adjust and realize on the go. I think it's something that a lot of people just struggle with in doing towards getting to their goal. I mean, I'm looking at content creation now in an entirely different light, entirely different perspective, simply because what's working isn't going to work, or what doesn't work. Because what doesn't work isn't supposed to work, all right? So if your weight loss goal, if you're doing the same thing you're currently doing in your weight loss goal, and you're not seeing the right progress you want to see, nothing is fluid, nothing is consistent, then it means adapting, adjusting towards a new route, a new process that's going to accommodate your way of life, your process, your mental thinking. I mean, I think that's going to make a much more better of an adjustment long term. So it's not really about leading into what does not work, but it's leading into what does work and finding a system of process you can follow that best supports it. That's at least how I approach the content creation now. You know, creating content that serves the individual, that helps men lose weight in a way that is simplistic, in a way that is easy, in a way that helps them reach their goal and doesn't deter them or not help men realize their goal. It's all about finding a solution to your way of life that's going to help you realize that goal. For me, content creation has been a challenge, a huge roadblock. And it's one of the challenges that I have to solve so I can better help the individuals, so I can better serve you, the working man who is struggling on a fitness journey. The biggest thing that I could literally tell you about what I learned from content creation is the amount of communication, how articulate the platform is in terms of dialing in a message to a specific group of individuals, not many, not several, or several different individuals with different interests. I mean, one group of men who have one interest in mind. It really is a difficult thing, and I find the challenge to be much more exciting the more opportunity I get to it. So it's just one of those things, man, where it's like, if I'm going to be able to be on that platform as often as I am now, then I got to be able to understand the messaging in terms of what people resonate with most. I think the biggest roadblock is understanding that, and that it's a platform in which people want to be educated, entertained, in a way that is unique, in a way that remembers the individual. Me, for instance, right? So messaging is extremely important, as well as marketing. Those are the two most important things that I've realized in terms of creating content, man. It's not easy to create content. It's easy to document it, but creating it is a whole different look. There's nothing more that brings me great joy than just going through the idea of creation. And just going after what brings you a sense of fulfillment and joy, man. I say it all the time on my podcast, like there is nothing that will bring you joy and peace in your life than going after what you want to go after. There is nothing. Like you can't tell me that I'm wrong on that. That's why I go after the goals or passions, things that bring me a sense of fulfillment in my life. There's a way to make anything work or any career work. You just have to find a way to make it work. It's never impossible. It just means you have to think a little bit harder, think a little bit differently than most individuals, because most individuals are not on the same route or path you are on. And that's okay. Doesn't mean you're wrong or anything. It just means you have to find a way to make it work. I think that the belief behind me being a personal trainer, it really just came from me wanting to help men realize that goal, like helping men realize that goal. Like that's been the whole purpose behind it all, man. And after seeing a client's transformation of mine, man, it's truly amazing being able to witness the kind of life, the energy these individuals get back simply by being in a better body. It not only does this improve confidence, improve self-esteem, improve way of life, but I mean, the whole point of bettering your own health is so that you better your own way of life, so you don't have to deal with these health complications that arise, which from individuals being overweight, morbidly obese, and these health complications can lead to diabetes, it can lead to high blood pressure, heart failure, all these things simply by being overweight. And it really is a very small problem, often overlooked. So I think that if the majority of Americans today were not overweight, it would really affect the susceptibility of them being in environments, or them being in hospitals, or them being in certain positions and surroundings in their life that aren't favorable, that aren't fortunate. And it's a result of them not taking care of their health. So I think if people really took care of their own health, I think that America would be a better place. It would be a lot safer. It would be a lot healthier for the individual, because people are making consistent positive choices that help them better their body. And people are not making choices based upon the premise of them wanting something, even though them wanting something majority of the time isn't doing them any sort of favor at all whatsoever. So I think that is really important, man. It's how can you make the right choices as often as humanly possible. You could even look at it 80-20%, where 80% of the time it would be strictly whole foods. Well, 20% of the time it could be like you going out to get your favorite foods. That's it. I mean, look at it in that perspective. Because if you can do that, it makes the goal appear not to be much of a diet, and it appears to be much more of a way of life. So, if what you're doing, it doesn't appear to be a way of life for you, then it really can't be an effective process for you long term. Especially if you're working long hours, you're working in a corporate environment or some area where it requires you to be focused at a desk, where you're actively sedentary. That can be a problem. If you're not moving your body enough, of course you're going to gain weight. You're not monitoring anything. Of course you're going to gain a couple of pounds. It's just how it is. There's no way around it. It's not like you're not going to sit there and not gain weight. I mean, you're at the office working. You're constantly around environments. You're constantly around rec rooms, being fed foods as often as you are now. It's reasons why you can't keep weight off. Yeah, a client of mine told me about that rec room and how it literally is designed to throw you off guard in a fitness journey. And that really told me something. There are going to be a multitude of environments that are going to deter you, slow you down, question you, your goals, where you currently stand. And you have to literally tell yourself, no, I can't have that. I got to stay focused. I got to stay locked in. Because if I'm not locked in, it's going to separate me from my goals. That's how I look at content creation now, man. It's like, if I'm creating content that isn't performing, how do I make it perform? Doing the same thing over and expecting a different result is a really crazy way to live life. And content creation has taught me just that. And it really is a difficult aspect because I'm posting content and it's not working, which leads me to think, oh, maybe I shouldn't post this content. Maybe I shouldn't post at all. But in hindsight, it's like, oh, if I'm not posting and it's not working, what am I going to do about it? So I think at the end of the day, it's really about making sure what gets done and making sure you do some research about you as an individual, man, things you resonate with. I think that's incredibly important. But more so, those are the most important things that content creation has taught me in terms of messaging, speaking to a specific group of individuals, and being as authentic and being able to create relatable stuff, man, that people can resonate with. I think that's the most powerful thing any creator can master. And in doing so, leads to the outcome of servicing more individuals. Well, and the whole reason why I even do what I do, if we get anything else, it's to help men realize their capability and bettering their body, their health, and way of life. If I can do that alone, I've done my job. Too many people are ending up in the hospital for the wrong reasons. And if you can prevent that by just being in better physical condition, not being overweight, I'll have done my job. And if you can keep up with your health on a day-to-day basis and do it in a way where it's consistent, it's fluid, it allows you to be in the best epitome that you can be in your life, that's all you ever need. That's it for this video, man. If you got any insight or any tips, or man, just any tips, go and share, man. Go and follow, subscribe to this page, man, for ways to reach your ideal physique, better your health, and way of life.